Schedule 1 kicks down the door of the indie game scene like a crackhead with nothing to lose, and it's already sitting pretty as a Steam smash hit, making this year's AAA titles look like a load of old wank. But steady on lads, let's not get too excited just yet. As great as Schedule 1 is, it ain't perfect, and that's alright. It's an early access game that, even in this half-cooked state, has more going for it to justify the $20 asking price. The bigger question here though is what makes Schedule 1 such an addictive little game, even when you remove the virtual narcotics. Well, put the kettle on, grab a cuppa, and let's go sweet Mary Jane in today's review. Now let's get one thing crystal clear before we go sniffing too close to the powder. Games like Schedule 1 are always going to pull a bit of attention because of the subject matter alone. I mean, who doesn't want to play as a sketchy, down on his luck bloke who rolls into some random town with nothing but a hoodie and dreams of pushing pills like they're pick and mix? The content here is edgy, it's risky, and it's bound to have a few teenagers who'll yell, "In it bruv, this is well sick," before slapping a 10/10 Steam score because the content apparently makes it a proper game. But fear not, that's not what we're going to do here. This ain't shit talk, it's the Cockney Gamer, and I've got standards, sort of. So I'll give the game credit where it's due. Yeah, it's cheeky, it's unique, but let's focus on what really matters here. The gameplay mechanics, the systems, the loop, the grind, all the proper bits that make Schedule 1 a belter of a game, not just some gimmicky drug dealer fantasy. That addictiveness kicks in early doors, right from the moment you clock how this little drug den of a world operates. Everyone's got a life here, even if most of them look like they've lived off Monster Energy and regret for the last decade. Some work a legit hustle, work in the local businesses like the hardware store, a place that you will constantly visit for supplies to help grow and harvest drugs. Other folks, they are full-blown degenerates whose eyeballs are bloodshot as they look for their next fix. Then you've got the idle chit-chatters standing about on street corners talking utter bollocks. And I'll give Schedule 1 credit, it genuinely feels alive, a proper sandbox. Well, more like a litter tray at this stage, but you get the idea. It's got heart. But let's not start polishing turds either, because cut down is the word of the day here. The streets, they feel sparse, like a ghost town run by junkies and jumpy rozzers. The police to punter ratio off the bloody charts. 1 minute you're delivering a cheeky ounce, next minute it's stop and search. And some of these shop fronts dead as a UK high street after Brexit. Places that should be teeming with life just sit there awkwardly quiet, awkwardly empty. So yeah, the bones are there, but this world could do with a bit more meat to it. Now here's where Schedule 1 goes from cheeky little indie to full-blown Class A obsession. The gameplay loop is as addictive as the stuff you're flogging. You kick things off with a quick jaunt to the hardware store, casually buying gear that screams arrest me now, and then it's off to your supplier to grab some seeds as he does a cheeky little dead drop. Each drug's got its own effects. Some mellow out your punters, other send them floating above rooftops like Mary Poppins on mushrooms, and like any proud horticulturalist of the underworld, you'll be watering, feeding, harvesting and packing these bad boys ready for the street. What starts as a bit of therapeutic weeding soon turns into an empire building grind. My life changed when I bought a machine that packaged ounces faster than I could click. Sure, the mini games are a bit basic and boring at times, but it makes you appreciate the speed of the good stuff in due course. And from there you're making deals on burner phones, setting pickup spots, dodging the bacon in alleyways like you're in a Guy Ritchie movie. You can counter offer on price or ghost dodgy customers. Then comes the chef's kiss. Drug mixing. Want to see chaos? Try lobbing a load of Viagra into your batch to give punters an extra stiff feeling that makes Ron Jeremy smile with delight. And just when you've peaked, boom, you're moving into meth, laundering dosh, buying up shady real estate, flashy motors and legit businesses to wash your dirty knickers clean. It's Breaking Bad Peckham edition. The crown jewel is hiring your own little street urchins to run the corners while you sit back like Pablo Escobar, harvesting, cleaning, packing, all handled by your underpaid, overworked crew while you count the money and admire your empire. For me, that's why Schedule 1 is worth every penny of its $20 tag. It ain't just edgy, it's got depth, it's got madness, it's got content pouring out its dodgy van windows, and regardless of the subject matter, this game is just good bloody fun, and that is all that matters. Now let's talk visuals, and straight up, I bloody love the art style here. It's cartoony, sure, think Bob's Burgers if the burgers were laced with LSD, but there's no problem with that. It's bold, blocky, and it's got charm dripping from every shady alley. It ain't going for realism, it's going for character, and in that regard, it nails it like a dealer boarding up his window, prepping the next drug deal. There's lovely little details sprinkled about too. Punters' eyes go bloodshot, as I mentioned, once they've smoked the good stuff. Clocks, they tick along with actual in-game time, and the NPCs, bless them, go about their dodgy little lives. It gives the world a lived-in, buzzing feel. Mostly, but let's not pretend the visuals are flawless. The lighting's a bit flat, a lot of it just feels basic. You want that gritty street ambience, but what you get here is more school play with a desk lamp. Let me show you. Here's a time lapse of me standing around all day, and just look at the shadows, jittery, twitchy, like they've been on the gear themselves. There's barely any ambient occlusion either, so half the objects look like they've been photoshopped in by a bored intern. Some of the world, it just doesn't quite pop the way that it should. And if you clock the footage closely, you'll notice how static it all is. The odd bird in the sky, but no swaying trees, no rustling bushes, not even a crisp packet rolling past. It's like the town's been hit by a weed-induced apocalypse. No cars in this particular scene, no chaos, just you, your baggies, and the occasional loitering smackhead. Performance-wise, it mostly runs smooth as it should on a 5090, though I did get the occasional frame stutter, like the game itself was having a mild panic attack, but nothing game-breaking. To be clear, I'm not expecting Naughty Dog levels of polish here. This is a one-man band, and the devs already built a criminal sandbox that will make El Chapo blush. So take all this as a gentle nudge, not a swinging punch. There's room to improve, but what's here already is a cracking start. Next up, sound, and much like the graphics, it's halfway there. The musical score, to be fair, is a proper vibe. It slides in at the right moments, that's what she said. Moody, murky, a bit sleazy, like the soundtrack to a night spent regretting your life choices. It kicks in properly come curfew time, giving the whole town this lock your doors and load your gun kind of feel. I dig it, it's understated, dark, and fits the setting nicely. But when the music cuts out, I'm not sure, lads. That's when the cracks really start to show. Sound effects are bare bones here, basic as a builder's tea. You've got your footsteps, your dodgy little phone buzzing, and well, that's about it. What's missing is the grit, the ambience, the things that give the world a little bit of menace. Where's the distant sirens, the random shout from crackheads, a dog barking in the background, glass smashing, some geezer getting roughed up 2 blocks away. This is supposed to be a rough town on the edge, but after time it feels like a yoga retreat at 3 a.m. Simply put, it's quiet, too quiet, like the calm before a turf war that never actually happens. Fingers crossed the devs got plans to pump more life, or at least some background chaos, into this lovely little hellhole, because with a little bit more audio spice, Schedule 1 could sound as filthy as it plays. Overall then, Schedule 1 makes one hell of a first impression, and for that measly $20 you're getting a game with more content than a cartel warehouse. I'm still uncovering little gems tucked away in alleyways and back rooms, and if the dev keeps this level of support going, we're looking an indie titan in the making. Now yeah, it is early access, so it ain't flawless. Sound designs are still napping, and the world could use a bit more hustle bustle and background chaos. Graphically it could do with a touch of the old razzle dazzle, give the place some swagger, maybe a plastic bag doing a majestic dance in the wind, or a crackhead arguing with a pigeon. Just a bit more soul, you know. But let's not get lost in the nitpicks, because once you start playing, none of that really matters. The gameplay loop here is pure filth, the good kind. It's creative, it's clever, it's packed with variety, and most importantly, it's fun. And that, my little street pharmacist, is what matters most. Gaming should be fun, and Schedule 1 serves it up by the bucket load. For me, it's already one of the standout hits of the year, which is quite incredible when you consider some of the big titles from AAA studios that have already landed. Until next time, my lovelies, Reggie out.